Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a little hump day action up in this bad boy. You know we busy, baby. We're going to talk a little Tiger basketball. They had some good things happen to them, even they were not on the hardwood last night. We got to talk a little Ole Miss. Those unis look fresh. Those powder blue unis are just fire. And they were on fire last night. Ole Miss goes on the road, and they drop Alabama. If you didn't know, Auburn, no Johnny Broome. He leads their team in damn everything. Points, rebounds, assists, you name it, Johnny Broome's taking care of it. And guess what? They took care of business. Again, he's also leading them not just in points, rebounds, assists, he's also leading them in blocks. And he's out for a while with a bad ankle injury. And guess what? Auburn still rolled. They took care of a very, very, very good Mississippi State team. Auburn, by the way, is now 53-3 at home since they started the season in 2021. That is salty. That is salty. Missouri went on the road. How does this happen? How did Missouri go down to Florida? And I watched Florida drop kick Tennessee by 30 last week. And Missouri goes on the road and drop kicks Florida. There's so much SEC hoops we're going to jump into in just a little bit. Don't forget, Missouri's on the road playing Temple tomorrow night. Tennessee in a big game tonight. Them Vols. This is going to sound actually kind of crazy. Vols have a big game. And the reason is because they're actually playing Georgia. Do y'all remember when Georgia was good at basketball? Seriously. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't. And Georgia, if you haven't paid attention, they have just now taken care of some serious business. They beat Kentucky when they were sixth in the country at the house. They beat Oklahoma at their crib. Now can they go on the road and beat Tennessee? Don't think they're going to actually get this dub tonight on the road. They're an 11-point dog. But Tennessee didn't look great against Texas. They only won by 4, 74-70. And then Georgia, I mean, this could be the biggest month in Georgia basketball history. Because then they played number 1 Auburn. They go on the road to play Arkansas. And by the way, Cal, you better wake up, son. 0-4 in the SEC. Man. And by the way, Dacus, since you're still here and you haven't left, did you know I was looking at this? Did you know Cal had right now the number 1 in Boogie, is it Boogie Flan?
Boogie Flan, that's right.
He's the number 1 projected guy to go in the NBA right now? No, who's that then?
Cooper Flagg.
No, I'm talking about out of the SEC. Or is it that Asa dude?
I would have to look at a mock draft. I haven't looked at a mock draft lately. I would say it probably depends.
I know one thing. Boogie Flan, they say
Boogie Flan's a good player. He is going to be a
first
first-round pick. I can definitely with confidence say he's going to be a first-round draft pick. He's a good player.
And they're 0-4 in the SEC.
That's right.
And they got Georgia, who's going to be coming to their crib on the 22nd. Then Georgia goes to Florida. So Georgia, man, you win 2 out of 4 of these games. They're all against top 25 teams, except for, of course, Arkansas. You better beat Arkansas, damn it. But, man, holy cow, Georgia basketball could be pretty damn good. And it's the kid, I just looked it up. It's the kid for Georgia who's actually projected to be the number
Asa
1.
Newell.
Yeah, he's the one. Damn, is he that good? He's a freshman.
He's a good player.
He's averaging 15 points. He's had double figures in 16. They made 16 games. He's had double figures in 16 games. Not bad for a freshman. Tearing up business. But, man, there's a lot of SEC basketball we got to get into. Of course, we're going to talk a little NFL action. We got to talk about the big stuff, the games, the divisional round. We're also, and I ain't lying, I'm just going to steal this because I saw this today. Didn't get the opportunity to catch all the answers and what they were saying. But this was, as I was getting ready to walk out the door on First Take this morning, they were talking about whose legacy will increase the most with the Super Bowl win. And they were talking about Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and then Josh Allen. And then, on the way here, my head went down a spiral thinking about that. So I'm going to break that down. I really want to know what your opinions are. Hit me up at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line 901-360-8255. Life is too short for ordinary jewelry. We got some great Hardwood stories today. We also, not only do we have great Hardwood stories, I got a little clip I got to play from Jay Billis, kind of pretty going in hardcore on Mick Cronin after he went off on his team after their loss to Michigan last week. We're going to talk about also some symmetry that I'm seeing this year. College football national championship and in the Baltimore Ravens. I saw this and I just almost couldn't believe it. They say, history repeats itself, blah, 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 all those type of things. Well, we know Notre Dame, they are going to be playing in the Natty. No, they are not favored. But don't forget, Notre Dame this year against the Big Ten, they're 4-0. Now, beating Purdue is not something to be brag about, but they are in the Big Ten.
Purdue's good. Purdue's a good team.
They beat them 66-7. They're the worst team I've ever seen. But they did go.
We're talking football now.
Yeah, football.
Never mind. Purdue's not a good team.
Yeah, I found some.
We're talking about basketball.
This is what I was going to say. Just kind of listen to this one over there, guys, and y'all listen to that. There's some crazy symmetry between the national championship game and a team in the NFL playoffs, and it's pretty weird. But again, Notre Dame 4-0 against the Big Ten, dropped USC, rolled Indiana, and then also took care of business against Penn State, 27-24. In a hell of a semifinal college football playoff game last week. Damn Penn State. I'm still mad at you and James Franklin. You're an idiot. Drew, Cardinal sin, can't throw across the body. Late, over the middle. Damn. But legendary Notre Dame coaches that have won a national championship in their third year. Marcus Freeman's in his third year coaching at Notre Dame. Lou Holtz won a national championship in his third year. Dan Devine won a national championship in his third year. What is it? Parsegian. Asa Parsegians. Ara Parsegian. What's his name? Damn it. The Parsegians dude. Way back in the day.
I don't know. It's before me.
And then Frank Leahy also in his third season. They all won natties. Can he join that elite group? I'll tell you one thing. It's going to be hard playing man coverage against those wide receivers. That defensive front better put some pressure on Will Howard in Ohio State. I'm definitely leading Ohio State. But think about that. Third year, all these greats, and I think Marcus Freeman is great in ushering in a new era at Notre Dame. Can they get it? Can they shock the world? I mean, they're 60 minutes away from shocking everybody and having that natty. Now, talking about the symmetry, though, do you know about the Baltimore Ravens? When Trent Dilfer was 28 years old, in 2001, they won the Super Bowl. When Joe Flacco was 28 years old in 2013, 12 years later, both 28, Baltimore won the Super Bowl. Remember that throw down the sideline against Denver? Game's over, man. What in the hell happened to Champ Bailey? And they went on and win. They went on and used that huge play, took all that momentum, and won the Super Bowl. Again, Joe Flacco, 28. Trent Dilfer, 28. 2001, 12 years later, it was Joe Flacco in 2013. Guess who's 28 years old? LaMarvelous. Guess what year it is? 2025, 12 years later. So, damn, what is Baltimore every 12 years later make sure they got a 28-year-old quarterback and they're going to win it? Kind of makes you look at things and wonder. It really does. But again, 12:30, we have some great Hardwood stories. We got some bets today. Again, I told you Tennessee plays tonight. We got some good basketball games out there. We'll talk a little bit of NBA action. We also, again, have wrestling. Dustin Starr is going to join us at 11:30. My homie Landon, who's on the afternoon producing with old Dacus and Stats, well, he's going to come in here and talk with my man Dustin Starr. They're going to wrap some wrestling at 11:30. But right now, since we've been talking a little bit about LaMarvelous, I'm going to go back and basically steal a little bit because I found it fascinating when they were asking this question because I feel like the answer is absolutely obvious. Who has the most to gain by winning a Super Bowl this year? And again, we're basically cutting out the NFC and saying Houston has no chance, but that is just for this sake of argument. If Pat Mahomes wins the Super Bowl, I think this is the most obvious answer out there. Pat, by the way, has a chance to do something that no quarterback has done ever. Ever. And that's win 3 Super Bowls in a row. And hell, I want you to think about this. Pat also, not only, we're talking about him winning 3 Super Bowls and how big that would be, y'all do also realize that Tom Brady has the most Super Bowl wins with 7. Only Joe Montana and Terry Bradshaw have 4 Super Bowls. Yes, you heard that right. So he would move into the elite company with Troy Aikman, who has 3 Super Bowls. He's already in the 3rd Super Bowl. My bad. My brain's not working. What I'm saying, though, is he would move into the 4. He's sitting there. It's Troy Aikman and Pat Mahomes, the only quarterbacks with 3 Super Bowl wins. He would move into that elite company with Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, and Tom Brady. And again, he would have done this all since 2018. He's already got 3 Super Bowls. He would win 3 in a row. Nobody's ever done that. Tom Brady's never done it. Joe Montana's never done it. Nobody's done it. Troy Aikman couldn't get it done. That's rarefied air. And then all the way, by the way, like everybody forgets, we talk about how Lamar has 2 MVPs. Lamar has 0 Super Bowls. You know who else has 2 MVPs? We forget Pat Mahomes has 2 MVPs. He's a 2-time MVP of the league. Lamar's 2-time MVP. Josh Allen has 0. By the way, Josh Allen has 0 Super Bowl wins too. Like, we're talking about Pat Mahomes, who could be the greatest of all time. We just had the GOAT, Tom Brady, leave the game. And he's about to do something, not about possibly has an opportunity to do something that nobody's ever done. That's win 3 straight Super Bowls in a row. But let's also not forget, he's been to 6 straight AFC championship games, 6 of them, and 4 Super Bowls. And right now, the road goes through Kansas City to get to the Super Bowl. I have a feeling he's going to go 7 years in a row to an AFC championship game. That's freaking ridiculous. So who has the most to gain with another Super Bowl win? It's Pat Mahomes. He would go in an era, like, you would look at these great quarterbacks in this era that we're playing with, and you would say, damn, he is better than all of them. I mean, getting 4 this fast, as great as he is right now, and is still as young as he is, he's got the most to gain. Now, some people might say, well, Lamar Jackson getting a Super Bowl win would justify him having 3 MVPs. Come on now, calm down. Aaron Rodgers has 4 MVPs, but only 1 Super Bowl. By the way, Peyton Manning has 5 MVPs, and he only has, 2 Super Bowl wins? I think it would be a great thing for Lamar to get there, of course. I think it would be huge for his career. Would we look at him different? Yes. Is Lamar going to be a Hall of Famer? Abso-damn-lutely. But, I mean, Pat, we're talking about being the greatest quarterback of all time. Like, that's an era. Like, that's rare. He would be with nobody else. There would be nobody with him. He would step up and be like a sin to passing Tom Brady. I just think it's kind of crazy. 4 Super Bowl appearances, 3 titles already, and this is about to be an opportunity. I mean, again, all roads go through Kansas City. And then Lamar Jackson, by the way. Also kind of curious about this, what y'all think. How fast, like Lamar Jackson is going to break every single rushing record for a quarterback. Like every single one of them. Josh Allen, he's tearing it up with his feet as well. And I'm thinking to myself, I really think that he's ushering in a new era. And Pat uses his feet, but he keeps his eyes down the field. When he needs to run, he runs. It's always such a big play. Pat, again, the most rarefied air of them all. But Lamar just runs at a different, like he's just a different style of runner. And he's also somebody who I didn't know was going to be able, like his throwing motion's a little whack. The way he, basically almost reminds me of Charlie Ward at Florida State when he was, playing football at Louisville and was so awesome. I didn't know if it was going to translate. Went to a perfect place and damn it, Harbaugh, what Todd Monken's doing with him, getting Zay Flowers, how important it is, the way they utilize the rushing game, his legs. I do think that he's going to usher in a new era. There's going to be more people out there who are like, I want somebody that can do what Lamar can. And the athletes are getting bigger, faster, stronger. But Pat has an opportunity to be the greatest quarterback of all damn time. He's not even a Pro Bowler this year, and they have the best record in the NFL. It's like we take the guy for granted. Wasn't even on the Pro Bowl team. Now, I understand Joe Burrow had a hell of a year. So did Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Again, those 3 dudes are awesome. But in this era, how many Super Bowls those 3 guys got? Joe's been to one. Couldn't get the job done. Nobody else has got even a 1, and the guys are all 3 All-Pros this year. Joe Burrow and them couldn't even make the playoffs. Now, I will say in Joe Burrow's defense, did you know Alex Kappa was rated the worst offensive lineman in the NFL this year?
Not at all. That's pretty deep.
Holy hell. Talk about having a bad year, man. I saw that and I was like, damn, poor guy. Like Joe Burrow had to deal with that all season. Come on, Kappa. He was the worst in win rate. He gave up the most sacks. Damn, man, he's terrible. And Joey B had to deal with that. Also, they got rid of Joe Mixon. He's coming back from that injury. Joe Burrow is a stud. But, man, the winner? Pat Mahomes has lost Tyreek Hill. Pat Mahomes has lost weapons year in and year out. Yes, he's got his blanket in Travis Kelce. But, damn it, he's just a winner. He's never lost a divisional round of the playoffs. In fact, he's never thrown an interception in the divisional round of the playoffs. Think about that. My man don't play.
John, there's a lot of us rooting against him, right?
Well, you know why? It's called haters.
Haters.
Man, it's called jealous.
You are you're going to
like Kermit the Frog and his girlfriend's somewhat annoying, but you gotta admit she's hot.
You're going to fuel a ridiculous bet this week that I'm going to hope to hit because of this.
Man, hell no, man. C.J. Stroud in Houston, don't even fall for it, son. Are you kidding me? That offensive line is not that great. C.J. Stroud just ran into what we would call a paper tiger, and that is the Chargers. They are as flaccid as a 60-year-old man with no Viagra.
I'm going to clip that and make sure Mr. Stroud hears that for this weekend.
What? The 60-year-old man?
Yes. So I got to motivate him somehow, man. No way, no. Like people that have had great quarterbacks like myself talking about the Joe Montanas or whatnot, we do not want to see this. Like every game, I'm rooting against the Chiefs.
No disrespect to Joe Montana. They were doing it different. He had Jerry Rice and Roger Craig. And
they were great teams. This team is not great. They do not deserve to win 3 in a row. They don't deserve it.
They don't deserve it. I don't know if you know this. There's a dude in Pat Mahomes and there's a coach in Andy Reid that have their team ready and raring to go every single every single year at this damn time. Again, this will be their I know they're going to be Houston. I'm going to tell you right now, it's happening.
All right.
This would be their 7th consecutive AFC Championship game.
All great things have to come to an end.
Yeah, but he's still in his prime, son. He's still popping out babies. Heck, she's also
He's
in
still
her
popping
prime.
out, baby.
Yeah, dude. By the way, Patrick Mahomes' wife, man, nobody bounces back from a baby as well as Brittany. I'm telling you, I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Amazing, astonishing.
I mean, he's just turned 29 in September. He's a pup. I mean, he's getting in his groove. Like, what is it? Stella got a groove back. Like, my man's been he's been like, what is that dude? John Travolta, Boogie. No, he's like Dirk Digger from Boogie Nights. He's in his groove, but he hadn't quite,
Climax.
Yeah, he hadn't, got all the way to that peak. I mean, he's still 29 years old. My man's about to go. He's going to win this weekend and go to the 7th AFC Championship game. He's already got 3 Super Bowl rings.
I'm going to bring you a
Please.
CJ Stroud jersey Monday.
Damn, I'm late for a break. Give me talking about the NFL, Pat Mahomes. How can you not? If you're out there, let me know. 901-360-8255.
How can you not root for him? Easy.
Not root for him. I'm just saying admire him and respect the hell out of him. He might sound like Kermit the Frog.
Thank you. And he sounds funny.
Yeah, but he's feisty. I love his game. I mean, he's like Brett Favre in the aspect that he's childlike and he's playing at a different, playing different. He's screaming. He's fired up. I mean, hell, he's on the sidelines freaking out before the game. He looks like he's damn Ray Lewis coming out the damn tunnel. Do you remember what Ray used to say? What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. And the dog's in the house. Oh, oh, oh. I missed that man. Man, him playing, he was wild. But, man, when you were a Titans fan, he ripped your heart out so many damn times, especially when he ripped that ball from Eddie George. Ouch. We're going to take a break. Dustin Starr's on the other side. My homie Landon's sitting in with me, so don't you dare touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Sports 56 and 95 FM.
Full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Benswinger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Benswinger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood, across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit BenswingerGlass.com. Benswinger Glass.
It's inevitable. Rain, snow, and ice are coming, and they'll make driving a challenge. Thankfully, the experts at Tire Rack know a thing or two about conquering winter's worst. New tires elevate traction and braking, and they'll keep you safe. Tire Rack sells only the best, like the full line of Falcon tires. Go to TireRack.com/Colin, build a tire and wheel package for DIY installation. Ship fast and free, and backed by 2 years of free road hazard protection. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
The system at Sunrise on Jefferson and Sunrise East on Poplar is perfect. First, you order at the counter from the huge menu, chock full of deliciousness. Wait, before you do that, just make sure your entire party is there. Then, get in line. Then, order at the counter from the huge menu of deliciousness. Then, grab a number and head to any table you'd like. I mean, as long as there aren't people already sitting there. Then, before you know it, the best breakfast or lunch you can't find anywhere but Sunrise will arrive, piping hot and fresh. Remember, you can only stay an hour at Sunrise because people refuse to leave.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Rady. Yo, it's a hump day. I love me a little hump day. You know why I love hump day? Because it's followed by Thirsty Thursday. Then we had a Friday. And then, damn, I'm partying all weekend. Makes me think of my favorite. That's my homie Tito. Tito Beverage. Because he came up with one of my favorite spirits in the world, if not my favorite, period. That it is my favorite, period. I drink it the most. And that's Tito's Handmade Vodka, crafted and distilled in the United States down in Austin, Texas. I feel like Tito, when he was watching Rocky come back and beat Drago, he said to himself, damn it, I'm not drinking no more Russian vodka. USA. First legal distillery in Texas, and he just went out there and made the best. 6 times distilled before it's stilled in classic copper pots. Small batch, very unique. That's why it's got that nice flavor. Slightly sweet with a black pepper note. It balances everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or you're drinking it neat. Whatever you do, get your Tito's on today. And remember this, man. This is advice. If life hands you lemons, you don't freak out, you don't fret, you don't stress. You just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with the best. Tito's Handmade Vodka. What up, Dustin Starr? How's life?
Oh, yeah! What's up, Johnny Radio? Life is awesome. The weather is great. My blood pressure was checked yesterday, and it is good. My Maria celebrated a huge birthday, and then also I just left Dave & Buster's. So, I mean, I don't know if it can get any better. How about you?
Damn, Holmes. I thought I had a good morning.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Man, and tonight I'm going to be at Landers Center for the return of the Memphis Hustle. And, gosh, I think it's been since maybe the beginning of December or something since we last had a home game, if you believe that. So, lots going on, brother.
That. Man, lots going on. And by the way, guess what? I got my homie Landon in the house. He's a wrestling maniac.
What up,
I know
Dustin?
Landon.
Oh,
What's up,
yeah,
Landon?
dude. Hold up. Hold on. How do you know him?
Well, we've, I don't know, we've worked together. We met at the gym, and then Landon was looking to become a professional wrestler. And instead, he became like an elf and all sorts of stuff. Like we used to book characters for these different retail locations. And Landon actually did these. He was a very good elf.
Dude, you know that I this is like me telling on myself, but this was when I was when I could drive. So I was 16 to like 18. Every year at Christmas, I was an elf at the mall when kids would go in there and sit on Santa's lap. Basically, all I did was I collected the cash. But man, like,
did you say, you'll shoot your eye out, kid?
No, I really didn't. I didn't do it. I should have. Should have done things like that. I was too focused on math.
Shoot your eye out.
Well, with all due respect, I was actually Buddy the Elf.
He was Buddy the Elf. He did very good at it, too.
I had all the lines down.
Are you talking about, hold on, like you talking about Will?
Will Ferrell's Buddy the Elf. That was me.
Did y'all see him drinking cigarettes and hitting beers in the elf outfit?
Yes.
He was at a basketball game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which game?
Oh, my God.
That was the funniest thing. I think he was really depressed about the New Year. Wasn't it right after New Year's?
It was somewhere around that time, yeah.
Like, that was so funny. Showing up, smoking heaters, drinking draft beer, and looking miserable.
Didn't he spoof a security guard or something, too?
Would you say
like, he's done some funny stuff here lately.
Security guard?
Like, spoofed him, like dressed up as a security guard. I don't know what you just said, but dressed up like a security and kind of acted like he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff on the internet.
He's
it looks
being
like
a little bit weird.
But yeah,
I know Landon. But along with being Buddy the Elf, I was also Spider-Man on very, very awesome occasions.
Yes. So anyway, we got to talk about getting you back over here at the Wrestle Center, because when we talked before, we did not have a training facility, and actually I'm headed there right now as we speak. We've got a lot of really big stuff coming up, man. We've got some WWE ID showcase matches coming up.
Yeah.
That's January 26th, and then February 16th will go on sale here, I think, later this week. But then also the original bro, Matt Riddle's coming to town.
Nice.
Bro.
That's huge.
Should be a lot of fun.
Well, since you brought it up, do me a favor. Tell everybody out there, if you're like yoked like Landon and Dustin Starr and you want to get out there on the mat, how do they do it?
Oh, that's easy. Go to WrestleCenter901.com. That's for training. And then also you can get T-shirts, watch all of our episodes like the Grind City Rumble that happened last week on TV. Also, Violent J coming up this week on TV from the Insane Clown Posse. You can check all that out at MemphisWrestling.tv.
So, I got a question for you, Holmes.
Let's
You
do
just
it.
said you did the Rumble. It just aired, right?
Yes.
So now you can tell me who's the champ.
Well, Aaron Roberts is the champ, but the Gun Show won the Grind City Rumble, so he'll head to Super Bout. So Super Bout's coming up on January 26th. That's our 4-year anniversary. And Gun Show goes one-on-one with Aaron Roberts. And a lot of you know I've talked about Aaron on here. He's 420 pounds, and he's the WWE ID prospect. So he's under contract with WWE. And the latest coming from that is that they're launching this new show called NXT Evolve. And apparently these WWE ID guys like Aaron is going to be able to not only wrestle on Memphis Wrestling, but then wrestle on this new WWE program called NXT Evolve. So it's going to be really cool. So this year, gosh, man, it just looks like more and more stuff is happening, and WWE is working more and more with the independents, like Memphis Wrestling. So really looking forward to it.
Is that mean he's going to be on the Netflix?
That means that he is under contract with the company that is on Netflix, and if he catches fire and they like what they see, they can absolutely put him on Netflix, yes.
Damn, Dustin.
Which, by the way, brother, they said the Netflix last week for the Raw premiere reached over 4.9 million people.
I believe that.
Ridiculous number. That's huge.
NBA's jealous, I know that.
Well, I was thinking, how is it smart to get off of network television or to get off of cable television? But on an app, you can download it from anywhere. People are watching Netflix from places that don't even have USA Network. So, man, fortunately for WWE, it took their very first episode. I guess they dethroned Squid Games as number 1 on Netflix. And you had week 2 happen on Monday with Netflix, Raw on Netflix, and Penta made his debut. So, just doing big things, man. Just really, really good stuff. 4.9 million is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a fat number. Now, I got to say, realistically, when I was a young kid, I started watching wrestling before my dad broke my heart because he didn't want to pay for the pay-per-view of WrestleMania 2. Thanks, Dad. Just broke my little heart.
WrestleMania 2. Wow.
It was terrible. Yeah, I'm old. So I'm old.
That was not supposed to be a shot by
but Hulk Hogan was like the biggest thing in the world, man. I was eating my freaking Hulkamania little vitamins, my Flintstone kids. I was like, what you gonna do, brother, when the Hulkster, I don't know what the hell he said, but I'm into it. I loved it. And then, I kind of got away from it. And I listened and saw your podcast, actually, this week. And you were talking about how Hulk Hogan's dead from your perspective let's be real, you're an old head like me, to also Landon, who right now is a young buck. What's up with Hulk Hogan, and what's his legacy going to be, and is he really dead?
Oh, man, it's not looking good, that's for sure. They've been booing Hogan for a minute, though.
They have.
And so for WWE to put Hogan out there live in front of a sold-out 17,000 people, Netflix premiere, and then also in, I think it was a Democratic state, Los Angeles Democratic or whatever. You just combine all those things. People are saying he was booed because he's a Trump supporter, but then also, he was on tape using racial slurs. So it's not been really good. And he also had a sex scandal as well. So over the years, hasn't been very good for Hogan, the Hulkster. And I just think that on Raw and Netflix, I think you might not see Hulk Hogan in front of that live audience. I don't want to say ever again, but you won't see it in the near future. Anything that they use with Hogan, because they did just sign a deal with Real American Beer. And so WWE is a minority owner in Hulk Hogan's new beer beverage. And so he can't really go away. So I think that we'll just see him in pre-tape form where he won't be live in front of the audience. But, man, when you have all those people booing you, and meanwhile the commentators are saying that without this man, this moment wouldn't be possible, and then the internet tore him up, the live audience tore him up, and it was a big story that Hulk Hogan got booed out of the building. And poor Jimmy Hart, a good friend of mine, waving the flag back there, just, shocked that they're booing him out of the building. But, after the history, I figured that would happen. And I'm really surprised that WWE didn't see that was a high possibility that they would boo Hogan out of the building. Now, that doesn't mean Hulkamania is dead. It just means that we probably won't see him out in front of a live crowd again. And that kind of stinks because, Hulkamania, we grew up on it. You just mentioned eating your vitamins, saying your prayers, and all that kind of stuff. And now it's like a whole different thing. So,
what do you
Hogan's
think,
not
Landon?
doing
By
it.
the way, like, so you're a young buck. Like, what is your like? When you think of Hulk Hogan? Like, I think of like the dude, like Andre the Giant. You know,
Body slamming Andre.
body slamming Andre.
Slam in history.
Like
yeah.
that's like those are the things that I think. I don't know anything about him going to. He went to like some like Hollywood or something. They said like, what did he do?
Hollywood
He
Hogan,
went Hollywood. Yeah. he went
NWO
Hollywood.
Hogan. That was NWO Hogan. Yeah.
Now that's the thing. They say that, well, why not just turn him bad guy? Why not just make him Hollywood Hogan
Yeah,
again?
turn
If
him
people are
heel.
booing him anyway, try to turn it into something. But in my opinion, they weren't booing like Hulk Hogan the character. They weren't booing the red and yellow Hulk Hogan. They were booing him as a person. Like, boo, we don't want to see you.
Oh,
You
so
know?
did you say like how do you like is he? How did you know he's a big Trump supporter? Is this something that he made very obvious?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
pretty
brother.
sure he was on Instagram. He's at
Well,
a
he
live
was at
rally.
the
wasn't
he was at the rally
Yeah.
carrying his shirt and.
He like ripped his shirt and his Trumpomania.
Oh, really?
He's
Okay.
very outspoken about all that stuff.
Well, it looks like you better not be outspoken about politics, because man, that means like half the country ain't gonna like you. That's why politics suck.
Well, it's just like once you
Neither
you
one
come
of them
out-
would do good for you. I don't know any time that the government ever helped my ass out.
look, it's never a good thing that if you're I know people are gonna hate hearing that, but it's never a good thing if you're a public figure to come out and say which side.
Michael
Because
Jordan
then
always said he never came out and talked about politics because guess what? He wanted
Mm-hmm.
to sell everybody shoes.
That's right. That's exact 1,000,000%. That is correct. 100%. 1,000,000%. Why would you do that?
I don't know, man. Gotta make who knows? Who knows, man? All I know is I know about sports and I don't know much about wrestling. All right, Lane, I got a question for you. Who are your big stars? Like who are the people you pay attention to now?
Pay attention to nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you got to recognize the tribal chief Roman Reigns. Obviously, we got John Cena right now on his farewell retirement tour, which is going to be sad. But actually, Dustin, I wanted to ask you about that. If you were the guy that was in control of booking John Cena's retirement tour, how would you see this play out from the Royal Rumble to the end of the year?
Is he the one in all the commercials?
He's the You Can't See Me.
Oh, the Caitlin
He's the
Clark?
GOAT.
Caitlin Clark definitely got that from John Cena.
Nuh-uh.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah. He's been doing You
Absolutely. Are
Can't
you
See
kidding
Me.
me?
Wait, is it Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark? Who
It's
did the Can't See Me?
Caitlin Clark, but Landon, what I want to tell you is that's what makes sports transcend. You know it
Yeah.
from being John Cena. John
Absolutely.
knows it from being Caitlin Clark. Carry on, y'all.
That's pretty
Yes,
wild.
yes.
Yeah, it is.
What I would do, man, okay, so I would have John Cena win the Royal Rumble.
Absolutely.
I would have him win the Royal Rumble. I'd have him go to WrestleMania. I'd have him win the championship
I
and
agree.
break the record. Now, I think the WWE would love to do that, but I think it's the obvious thing. So what if John Cena doesn't win the Rumble, but he almost does? And then you have this drama where you have to go to Elimination Chamber. It's my final opportunity to make it to WrestleMania and then maybe win the Elimination Chamber. They never make it easy. Like Daniel Bryan, they made him literally jump through hoops
Yeah.
in order to get that big WrestleMania moment. But if it was me, with literally the GOAT, and I don't even know if there's an argument, he is the GOAT. He's the most requested Make-A-Wish person of all time.
John Cena
100.
is?
Oh, John
Yes.
Cena's completed
Oh,
the
yeah.
most
That's
Make-A-Wishes
awesome. I
in
didn't
the
know that
history
about
of
him.
that
Thank you
company.
for bringing
Just-
that.
Yeah.
One of the
Amazing
most
dude.
well-spoken. He's in great movies.
Bro, have you
know-
also, like, his wife is Smoke Show.
Well, that's an added value
Yeah,
as well,
that's
I
an
guess.
added
But
bonus.
Dude, yeah,
You know, but if-
obviously.
you can't lean on Hogan for, being the GOAT. You can't lean on Ric Flair for being the GOAT, but John Cena does not have any scandals or anything. Like, he is the GOAT. So, yeah, give him that last championship run. Give the people what they want. Have him go out with a bang. And then also on the way out, he could drop that title to somebody and make an even bigger star out of them.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. I'd play the greatest hits and get John Cena red hot, on fire. And just wait. Royal Rumble is so loaded with main eventers. I can't wait for the moment that we have the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns standing one-on-one with John Cena, because it's going to happen. And a quick little story, Reese the Beast is 4 years old, and when he hears the Tribal Chief's music come on in the car, because we listen to theme songs in the car, hey, yo, Dada, got to put your one up. And then we put our ones up, and we acknowledge
right.
the Tribal Chief.
who do you foresee being the Final Four in the Royal Rumble? I have my guess, but I want to hear yours.
I mean, I think you probably saw a little preview on Monday Night Raw where we have CM
Yeah.
Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, and then you got to throw one more in there. And I think if it's Cena that's going to be in that Final Four group, if it is those, then I think that Cena could come out victorious because all the other three have beef with each other.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why they didn't, win it, is because they all had some sort of beef, and John Cena was able to, live to fight another day.
Do you think
But I would see that.
Do you think The Rock makes an appearance in the Royal Rumble this year?
I think that if he does, it would be the greatest Royal Rumble in history, because if you look at all the big headline main eventers that are in that, usually some of those guys have world title matches, but it looks like we have Kevin Owens versus Cody. So those are the only two major stars that won't be in the Rumble, if I'm reading it correctly. So, yeah, I mean, if The Rock makes an appearance, I would imagine he's got to win. That's the only thing, is if The Rock makes the appearance, I feel like the pop is so huge. Maybe he comes, and I'm just fantasy booking here, what if he came out at number 31 because he's the final boss and he does whatever he wants and he steals the victory? Then you get him and Cody at WrestleMania, and then perhaps you can get some CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, because CM Punk is owed that favor from Paul Heyman. And by that time, what if Punk's the champ? I'm just saying there's a lot of really cool stuff here.
Yeah, there's a lot of different possibilities there.
Yeah, they can book it however they want and have various options.
Yeah, I've also been seeing with John Cena, his retirement tour, that they kind of want to see him hold the championship, get that 17th, secure him as the most reigning champ of all time, and then drop that title to Randy Orton on his way out, which honestly I'm not mad about, because when you talk about somebody who's been consistent in the business for as long as Randy Orton has, he's the only one that's been doing it. So I'm not mad at a possibility like that.
That's another one. Randy Orton returning at the Royal Rumble seems to be an obvious. And so there's another main event caliber star. I mean, you have to go back to like Royal Rumble 1990, Royal Rumble 92 had Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, all these major guys were in there. And if you go back, anybody that's like a historian that wants to go back and relive something cool, Royal Rumble 1990 had a really cool spot where Hogan and Warrior were in the ring together for the first time ever, face to face. And the place went crazy. And that really actually what helped springboard WrestleMania 6 back then. So just thinking about it, fast forwarding with all these main eventers, the Royal Rumble is really going to tell us what's going to happen at WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
I feel like.
I totally agree with you there.
All right, now what do you got going on at your crib, brother? What you working on?
Brother, we're talking about Royal Rumbles and WrestleManias. We're here in Memphis. We just had our Grind City Rumble. So that means we're headed to our WrestleMania, which is Super Bout 4, and it's coming up on January 26th. It's a Sunday. Listen to me. It will sell out. The original Bro, former WWE superstar and current MLW world champion, by the way, just won that this week. Matt Riddle is coming to Memphis Wrestling, and that is huge. It will sell out. Get your tickets, memphiswrestling.tv. This weekend on our television show, Insane Clown Posse's Violent J makes an appearance on Memphis Wrestling, and then also third-generation superstar Kerry Morton. So you can get all the information, tickets, T-shirts, and watch the Grind City Rumble. You can get it all at memphiswrestling.tv. And then, of course, tonight I've got Memphis Hustle back at Lander Center, and tomorrow we've got a back-to-back. I was going to ask you this, Johnny. In sports, it's kind of weird that you go like a whole month and a half without a home game. But that's what's happening. Now we got back-to-back tonight and tomorrow, so come check us out at Lander Center.
Man, a little hustle action, and then you'll get to do a little Grizzlies coming up here soon. I think when do they play Spurs next?
Well, MLK game is coming up.
Yeah.
So I think that's Monday the 20th.
Oh, yeah.
And that is huge. I'm glad we already got all the snow and ice, because I remember last year driving 10 miles an hour all the way to FedEx Forum because MLK Day was on one of our snow days.
Did you get out there and play with the Reese the Beast and make like a damn snowman and stuff?
We did. There's a video on our Instagram. My Maria headed up the snowman department this year, and somehow our snowman had, like, boobs. We had a snow woman, is what we had, not a snowman.
Snow woman.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. 1:30 on Monday, Minnesota comes back to the house, and everybody remembers the last game. That was ridiculous. Jalen Wells locking down Ant, Ja doing his thing. So MLK Day is going to be big. You got a couple hustle game. You got also something going on at Dave & Buster's, don't you?
Yeah, February 1st, Royal Rumble. That's one of the most fun ones to watch with everybody, because no matter who your favorite is. Oh, I remember vividly, like, when Drew McIntyre eliminated Brock Lesnar, the whole place cheered. It was like we were there.
I was there. I remember that.
They popped big time. So I think we're going to have some sort of giveaway where we do a drawing or something of each number. and whoever, whatever number wins, if that's your number, then you win a big prize or something. It's going to be a lot of fun. So Royal Rumble's always fun because there's so many different competitors. And this year, of course, there's two. There's the Women's Rumble and the Men's Rumble. So love that. Dave & Buster's, it's free.
Nice. Well, Dustin, be blessed. Have fun. By the way, Maria just had her birthday. Give her a happy belated birthday from all of us, all right?
I appreciate it. Yeah, good talking to you, Johnny. Hey, Landon, come visit at the Wrestle Center, brother.
I'll be there. I will.
Be easy,
Thanks,
peeps. We're going to take a quick time out. I got to come back and talk all kinds of things. We still got to touch on a little SEC hoops. And then where we're going back, Darian. We're going to go back to a little football. We got some updates on Quinn Ewers' future. Talk about him betting on himself. Don't touch the dial. Back in two shakes. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Looking at a guy out here hollering my name.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
If wedding bells are in your future, you need an unforgettable engagement ring from a jeweler you can trust. And that's been James Gaddis Jewelers for over 60 years. With a huge selection and the best prices, James Gaddis is a master jeweler and diamondologist. Beautiful jewelry from James Gaddis is always the right choice. Choose from rings to earrings, necklaces to bracelets, and gemstones to watches. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers, 4900 Poplar, online at GaddisJewelers.com and Instagram at Gaddis Jewelers. Say I do at James Gaddis Jewelers.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises. Just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it. Because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Consumer example, stock number RZ307440, MSRP 82085, dealer discount 7425, purchase allowance 2750, sale price 71910, expires 3325.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Little Rock, Cleveland, Mississippi, and now open in Horn Lake at 2356 West Goodman Road. Specializing in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds, Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects, call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
So hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on spilt liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other.
I love it. Thank you for Dustin Starr and Landon joining me on the other side. We talked a little wrestling. A little hump day wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Break the monotony. Also
you guys were saying, what do you think about when you think about Hogan? I think about Flair. That's my guy, Ric Flair.
Oh, man. Ric Flair said, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And by the way, if you ever met my father, you'll know he looks just like Ric Flair now. I mean, hair. Is
he a limousine riding, jet flying, wheeling dealing, Rolex wearing Harden?
He ain't. He's a pimp though.
That is. Hey, you know.
He a pimp. But he ain't no wearing no Rolex. My dad don't wear nothing like that. He is very
particular, Joe. That's the word you want to say.
No, he's just chill.
Don't say the C word.
He really is. Like my dad, like I was this way. Like I never had a bunch of like clothes. I never cared about the shoes and stuff. I'm not like all into that stuff. I'm out for the party. But damn, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Since I've been with Chaz, you'd be buying me clothes left and right and new shoes. I got like 15 pair of shoes now. I used to have my gym shoes, my workout shoes,
all in one.
Dress shoes and cleats. That's it. Now I got like it's nuts. Anyway,
You got chancletas.
But I will say, Ric Flair, old school pimp. Whoa, whatever. What does he do? Whoa, isn't that it?
Yeah,
No,
you got it. You got it.
That was kind of terrible. Woo. But point is, going back to a little bit, me and Darian again during the middle were kind of talking a little bit, and I brought this up in the first segment, and I was talking about like who has the most to gain out of the AFC with the quarterbacks: Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Pat Mahomes. Sorry, don't see it, CJ. And again, I said it's obviously Pat Mahomes. He's going to go into rarefied air. Man, my man Darian disagrees
I say Lamar.
with me. You say Lamar.
Because he has the most to lose. Because he has the most to lose. That's how I figure he has the most to gain. I know. That's what I'm saying. Watch this. Check this out. He has the most to lose because if he does this again, this becomes his legacy now. You can't win the big. He becomes James Franklin of quarterbacks. Is that resonate? There it is. He has to do this. You have 2 MVPs, possibly a third, and you cannot win a Super Bowl or at least get to one?
If Pat Mahomes has 4 Super Bowls in 7 years.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Brady went to 10
he
Super
still
Bowls
ain't the greatest.
And won 7 of them. But my man played from 2000 to 2022. He played 22 freaking seasons. Patty's like, this is his 7th, right?
Yep. And Tom went 10 years between Super Bowls. Don't forget that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's called legacy, dog.
And listen, I'm just saying, like in my opinion, actually, if he won 3 in a row and he won 4 in 7 years and went to 7 consecutive AFC Championship games and he went there, no, I would already put him past Tom Brady and say, he's the GOAT.
Come on, Johnny Money, don't do that.
4 Super Bowl wins.
Still just 4. I understand the 3 in a row.
The
totally
3 in a row, and also it's the fact that you would win 4 since 2018 to 2025. I mean, that's drop kicking. You're winning more than half of the league's Super Bowls. Like, do you know how hard it is to win a damn Super Bowl? Ask the Chargers.
Do you know how hard it is to win one after you tore your Achilles, ACL? Ask Tom Brady. 2007, he goes down, and he still comes back to win championships.
Tom Brady has been a statue his whole damn life. It didn't matter if he could have been back there with a peg leg. It wouldn't have mattered. I mean, put that dude like he could have been a pirate. Doesn't matter. It's not like Tom Brady was ever running anywhere.
He could have been a pirate.
Man just got rid of the ball faster than anybody.
He
caught
sure
that
did.
damn thing and he let it go.
I mean, it's good points on both sides, but he's not above Tom.
By the way, just kind of speaking of it, are we ever going to be able to have Tom Brady and the Peyton Mannings like, say, 10 years from now, guys who literally can't move from the pocket? I mean, Peyton Manning, his knees were so bulky from them braces and he couldn't move. He would chop, and just let that damn ball go. Tom Brady would catch it, whoom, spin that junt. If you got a trigger like that, yes. But do you ever, like I just don't see 10 years from now, like if you can't move, like look at Sam Darnold just the other day. Sam Darnold is just a statue in the pocket. But also, you know what? I shouldn't even say it. Sam Darnold was holding onto the ball for like 5 damn seconds. It felt like that game. Like throw it away, Holmes. Do something, Sam. I don't know if the statuesque quarterback, like Kirk Cousins, ain't gonna get nothing done. He can't even stand up or now hold a job.
But with that statue, that comes with just breaking down the defense from a quarterback standpoint. So you got to be smart first.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to be smart
of course.
first.
What I'm saying though is, I mean, Pat Mahomes is smart. Pat Mahomes is not the athlete of Lamar Jackson, but when Pat does take off running, it does seem like it's always at a magical moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does make the right decisions at the right time.
That's Pat. He also throws a beautiful damn ball, don't he?
It's all right.
Man, that dude does more crazy things. He throws.
He ain't no Kyle Bowler or nothing.
From more angles than I've ever seen. Man, Kyle Bowler.
Remember he threw that 60 yards off his knee? That's how he got drafted. It was like he can throw 60 yards on his knee. Give me a break.
Man, quarterbacks, man. We've been talking a little bit of football. We got to talk about another quarterback, though, who has made his decision on what he's going to do. We talked about the amount of money that Quinn Ewers could possibly make. By the way, Carson Beck got $4 million from Miami. And I saw a report yesterday that he also, it looks like he has between $4 and $6 more million in just NIL. Damn, don't touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You get the best of Memphis for lunch and dinner at Elwood Shack. Choose from house pastrami, corned beef, smoked turkey, roast beef, roast pork, beef brisket, and full shoulders, all made in-house. Elwood's fresh beef bread is delivered daily from the bakery in Cordova, and all Elwood's cakes and sweet treats come from Frost Bakery. Open daily for lunch and dinner at Elwood Shack on Summer in the Lowe's parking lot. And the newest Elwood's at 4040 Parkland Plus. Northern. Get the best of Memphis. Anywhere else at Elwood Shack.
Now at Staples. Find hot deals on HP, America's most trusted printer brand. Whether you use print invoices or eye-catching presentations, HP delivers with exceptional speed, reliability, and vibrant color. And with HP, replenishing ink is simple. Find HP ink cartridges in store at Staples or subscribe to HP Instant Ink and never worry about running out. And right now with home and office hot deals at Staples, you can save up to $150 on select HP printers through February 1st.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. Did you know there are so many roofing companies in Memphis that I don't even know them all? So that begs the question, which one should you choose? So I thought I'd give you a little background about me. My grandfather was a World War II Marine. My father worked for the University of Memphis for nearly 30 years. My mother, a pianist at Raleigh Baptist Church. Seems like forever. I went to Brownsville Road, Craigmont, and Bartlett High School, class of 81. We support the local school systems, youth athletics, and believe in what St. Jude and Le Bonheur stand for. I'm a Tiger and Grizz fan. The point? Memphis is my home. Five-Ash Roofing will be around if you ever have a problem with the service we provide. Five-Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical, with deep local ties in our community. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing is what we do. We're here for you.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studios, we are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis.
That was one of those things, when things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 at 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a little hump day action. Got some good hoops on tonight. Tennessee playing Georgia. Who would have thought that was going to be a great game beginning of the year? I mean, I can't sit there and say I've ever remembered Georgia being really good at basketball.
I mean, they only had the number one pick not too long ago, John.
Dude, they didn't win damn thing.
They beat the Memphis Tigers in our house.
So you're saying because they had Ant?
And they came in here and beat us. Because we did not win that game. Georgia came to Memphis and they won.
Well, you know what? I blocked that out.
Yep.
Thanks for reminding me of tough times.
Oh, buddy. I've gone through my many Memphis heartaches, John. I'm a Memphian.
There's also a really damn good game on today, and it doesn't have anything to do with the SEC. It's out of the Big 12. Kansas and Iowa State, man, from Ames. That's going to be really, really good, people.
I like Iowa State's defense. Those guys can get after it.
And by the way, thank you, Michigan State. You're making me feel good. Have you noticed Michigan State's now 5-0 in the Big Ten, helping out the old Memphis Tigers?
They're like 16th, right?
I think they're 12th.
12th, they're okay.
They're 12th in the country. They played tonight against Penn State. I'm sure they're. I think
They
they're
keep
also
rolling
11,
as
they're
though we
11 and a
need
half
it.
point favorite like Tennessee is tonight. We got 2 11.5s. We got 2.5s. Again, then we got Georgia, who's 23rd in the country, playing Tennessee. So we got a little good basketball action tonight. You know, we're going to be talking a little bit of gambling here on the other side before I get back into football, though. Just to mention a couple little nuggets from the SEC when it comes to the college game. Like, Auburn's, I talked about this just a little bit. Auburn at home is almost impossible to beat. When I saw this last night, it just blew my mind. Bruce Pearl and his boys, since 2001, since the start of 2001, the 2021-2022 season, 53-3 at their crib. And they did it last night against a good Mississippi State team who is desperate for a win after losing at home to Kentucky. And they did it without Johnny Broome.
There you go. They did it without your boy.
And again, my boy Johnny Broome, I don't think you understand how good he is. He leads Auburn in points, rebounds, assists, and frickin' blocks. Like, he does everything. Like, when he plays for Auburn, he is Superman. He is...
Omar Sneed from a Tiger.
Man, damn.
Points. Think about it. Points, the rebound. The way Omar played that season with Kelly Wise, like Omar was the man.
I like that. But
Undersized
Johnny Broome,
too.
Johnny Broome, though, man. Johnny Broome's a monster, though. Like in everything that he does, I love him. They don't have him right now. He's got a real bad ankle injury. Like, I don't know how long he's going to be out.
The reports say he does not need surgery, though, John.
That's good. But when you're worried about surgery and you know how an ankle, you get a high ankle sprain, you get a bad ankle sprain, that junk could hurt for a month easy.
And they don't heal up during the season, peeps.
No, it's hard. It's going to linger. But they're still so damn good. And again, this Auburn basketball team, like, you look at them, they're number one in the country right now. Which is, I mean, you can't go any better than number one. You don't have your best player, but you handle your house. I mean, if you control your house in the SEC, you're going to be pretty damn good. Now, being Auburn and being in the SEC, the schedule is absolutely buck wild for everybody. I mean, everybody. And Auburn's no different. Georgia tonight, then Tennessee. They got a little easy one against LSU. And then February 1st, they got to go down to Oxford and play them Rebels, who are 21st in the country. So if they can just, kind of weather the storm right now, shoot, watch out. Auburn's legit. And then, again, we talked about how, just basically how great it was for Memphis to get some love from Michigan State, who's undefeated in the Big Ten. We talked about Missouri. How the hell? I'm being serious. How did Missouri go to Florida and beat Florida? Florida looked like the most dominant team I've ever seen when they beat the brakes off of Tennessee. I remember that one well because I took Tennessee plus 3.5 like an idiot. I got sucked in. I was like, man, I don't give a damn, man. Tennessee's legit. And they are legit. But Florida, and by the way, it was at Florida's crib. Swamp 2. Swamp Thing. That's great also for Memphis.
It is, but they only won by one, John. I think
Dude.
big quad one win, though.
Dude, that is listen, you go down to Florida and you beat Florida by 1. I don't give a damn if it's by 1, by 10. You went down the game. They were, Florida's 5th in the country, right?
Yes, they are.
And by the way, I will say, I absolutely love Walter Clayton.
There you go. I was going to get you. It helps when your main man gives you 28, right?
Dude, he is silky smooth. They also said that man was ridiculous at high school and quarterback, and then he had teams wanting him to come play college football too. Legit. 28-3. Still lost. Missouri held on and won that bad boy. So that's great for the Tigers as well. But again, this SEC is just such a beast. I mean, if you were paying attention last night, A&M and Kentucky at the home. I mean, at Kentucky at home, damn, they're good too. But if you let Kentucky score over 75 points 80 points because they are scoring. Did you know that Kentucky right now is third nationally in points per game?
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yup. Alabama's second. Auburn sixth. I mean, Kentucky, Auburn, Alabama, they scoring. Thing is like also I think Mark Pope's a lot better than anybody. Like right now, the Cal Mark Pope deal, looks like Kentucky's winning.
Big time. I'm one of those
Big
people. I did
time.
not believe that was a good move for them. Wow.
I mean, would he come from BYU?
Yep, but then you had to
And-
think about it. Championship, he won there, so
Played
it
at
kind of worked.
Kentucky. You know, and again, totally different than John. And he put together a hell of a team. It's ridiculous how well he's done, and they score like you wouldn't believe. Now, they would need to work a lot on defense, but damn that they score.
Sounds like John Harden. He can put together a hell of a team.
And then speaking about the winning trade between, right now what Mark Pope's doing in Kentucky, Cal over there at Auburn, holy hell. Arkansas. Did I say Auburn? I did, didn't I?
Yeah, I think he said Arkansas.
Over in Fayetteville. Man, let me just tell you something. I got family over in
Come on,
Arkansas.
John. You got family?
My cousin Boog, Tony T. Let me just tell you something. They big Arkansas fans. They came here to Liberty Bowl. They love them some, what is it? Like what do they do?
No, I was going to ask you, have you ever called the pigs?
Called the pig, thank you. I can't remember. I'm like, damn, what do they do? Call the pig. They're like, woo, pig suey, Razorbacks. Love that stuff.
I don't think that was a good one, John.
No, I wasn't good. Man, I think I'm a little bit, I got a little too much maybe sleep.
Oh, you got a little too much hotty-toddy in you.
I was up a little too late last night. But I'm being serious when I say this. Like, they're not happy with John. I mean, damn. And if you think about John, who's done, in John Calipari's defense, thank you for getting us to a national championship. If you just would have fouled the dude, we'd be freaking
Thank you.
champs. Let Super Mario pull up, drain it, make me want to cry still.
Deal.
But think about it. He did. You can say, oh, man, he took UMass to a Final Four. He took Memphis to a Final Four. He took Kentucky to a lot of Final Four, a few Final Fours, and guess what? They won one. Well, John has more talented. How many NBA players are there that came from John?
At least
a
30.
ton. And yes, you can sit there and say, no, nobody goes into the world realistically saying, I don't want to win championships. I just want to get my guys to the NBA. Dude, he made a lot of money. He wants to win. He got a natty. Great. But he's got a lot of terrible defeats in the championship game. And you know who he reminds me of? Like, what recent football coach has done less with more? I would say Larry Coker. My man, when he was down in Miami, had more talent. And yes, he got him one. But they had more talent than anybody.
You're right. Every year, too. You're right.
Like, dude, they were loaded. John will have, he'll get loaded. I can't.
Ed Reed, Jonathan Vilmas.
Don't even, man.
McGahee, Ken
Dorsey, McGahee.
What was my tight end? We're Warriors.
Dude, Shockey.
No. Was it Kellen Winslow?
Kellen Winslow Jr.
Because he caught all that beef. We're Warriors.
Kellen Winslow Jr. Yeah, man. What happened to that wild man?
Vince Wilfork.
Man.
Just goes on. And you're right, though. The Coker to Cal, that's a great.
Now,
great
did the
analogy.
C's help me put them together? Yes.
And only got one.
But only got one. And then when Larry left Miami, you know what happened to his career, don't you? It went in the toilet. Is John going to Fayetteville going to send that sucker to the toilet? Because right now the SEC has never been better. Like, look around the SEC. I mean, right now Georgia's kicking teeth in. John is in trouble, and they have not won a game yet in the SEC. That is got to be freaking people out in Fayetteville. I wonder how Memphis fans feel. You can let me know at 901-360-8255, the Sissy Log Cabin text and listener line, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry. Are you enjoying kind of a little bit of the demise, or do you have fond memories? Are you grateful? Are you agitated? Like, what do you think about? What do you think about when you think about John right now? You mad he's still left? I don't really care, but I do know one thing. My Arkansas family, man, let me just tell you something, buddy. Like, when they go
Brian Kelly.
When they go out duck hunting in the morning, like, all they do, like, I can't catch no ducks. I'm talking trash about John Calipari.
It still hurts, though, if you're asking a Tiger fan. It does.
It does.
It does because we have not gotten there.
Oh, and by the way, John, maybe your team, I mean, you do have a first-round prospect in Boogie Flan. Like, he's going to go first-round draft. Good. Not winning. But they did keep, am I correct? Arkansas fan, help me out. Did they not keep Brazil? He's on that team, right? And he was in the love triangle, right? Because he was, I think he came in there and
Trevor
broke
Brazil
up.
is still there. He gave you 6 points last night.
Who Debo Davis was upset for sleeping with his boyfriend.
Yep, he's still there, Joe.
How's he doing, man?
He was balling. He got 6 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds.
Enjoy. Man, I know Arkansas fans got to be like livid. John can't win. We got one of the members of the love triangle. Man, everything.
You start talking about Razorbacks and the line start blowing up.
Dude, that's funny. And then again, like this week, because like, you know, just talking about the SEC and how deep it is, again, you got Auburn and Ole Miss and Kentucky and Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi State, Texas A&M. Trying to think of somebody else is good. Hell, Missouri's actually 3-1 in the SEC. But the SEC's absolutely loaded, and Georgia's probably got the biggest week in their entire history in men's basketball. At least the history I can remember, because I think of Georgia as just football. I know Ant played there. They ain't win nothing. They're 23rd in the country. They're 14-2 overall on the season. And guess what? They got a big win over Kentucky, which was a huge win. And I think that win's going to age extremely well. Kentucky's having a good year. The Pope is balling. But you also got to win when Oklahoma's ranked. That's a huge win. They got Knoxville tonight on the road. It's on the SEC Network. And by the way, can I just say Ron Slay is probably like a gem? Is Ron Slay like the most underrated college basketball analyst / personality out there? I think so. I mean, his energy, he's hilarious. And I mean, if you would have seen him last night when he was on the broadcast last night with the Auburn game, that former Vol was he was having a ton of fun. I love me a little Ron Slay. But yeah, Tennessee at it tonight. That is another huge game. So SEC, a lot of action going on. Keep your eyes on it. And tonight I'll be paying attention to Tennessee and Georgia, and I'm going to give you who I think is going to win and cover the spread at the very end of the show. But I got to cut back over to a little bit of college football news and talk about the mighty Quinn. Before I do that, though, I got to talk about how everybody needs protection. Doesn't matter if you're on the road or you're on the field. And we're going to need the best. And the best, serious, it's State Farm. It's Bob Simpson over at State Farm. You go and check out my buddy Bob Simpson, man. He can get you auto insurance. He can back your life up with health insurance. He can cover your business, whether it's starting, growing, or maturing. Whatever you do, make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson, State Farm. Go get a free quote at bobsimpson.org or give Bob a call, 901-381-1233. That's 901-381-1233. Again, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Check out Bob Simpson, man. He's the Jake for Memphis. Now, the mighty Quinn. Talked about all the money my man can make. Arch Manning is Asta. He's in the wings. You know, Quinn Ewers has another year of eligibility. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, were saying he's going to be gone because he's going to get paid a lot of money. They had schools out there you had Ohio State where he started his career off. They said Ole Miss. They said Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama. All these schools were after the mighty Quinn. And we're talking about serious dinero. Bricks, baby. Bricks upon bricks. Fat cash. And the Mighty Quinn has decided that he is going to bet on himself. And, I asked this question to all y'all yesterday. I'm like, if you're Quinn Ewers, do you go out this year? Do you go out this year? Because right now, this year, it's not the greatest quarterback class that I've ever seen. I basically came out there and told you yesterday, too, all the quarterbacks that you're going to see come out in the draft next year, and it could be a deep draft like we just had. I don't know if we're going to have 6 first-round draft picks at the quarterback position like we did last year, this past season. But, I mean, you got Arch Manning over in Texas. You got Drew at Penn State, DJ Lagway down in Florida, Nico Yamaleov at Tennessee, Austin Simmons at Ole Miss, Cade Klubnik, Garrett Nussmeier. Hell, Carson Beck, again, the people thought he was going to be a first-round draft pick this year. He's going to Miami. He's still out there. Noah Fafita for Arizona. Hell, Talon Green at Arkansas or Lenoris Sellers at South Carolina. Those dudes they can put it together. They're big and athletic. So this year, hell, I forgot Sam Levitt. He's back. Arizona State. I mean, it's going to be a deep quarterback class next year. This year, you got Shador and Cam. After that, it's murky. Is it Milroe? Is it Ewers? I mean, it's
got to take somebody, right?
I mean, that's what the NFL does.
Hey, your caller just had a caller. And speaking of college football, a great way to segue this in. Brian Kelly gave money to his NIL.
Fund, yeah,
so
LSU.
your caller wants to know how and why is that legal, John?
One, you can do whatever you want with your own money. It's his money. He donated it to the university's Name, Image, and Likeness Collective, their fund, and he can do whatever he wants with his money. Mike Norvell gave back $4.3 million to Florida State this year.
He brought that up too.
I mean, he just
and
dropped
his question was
brick.
like, is that not the same as them basically giving players a check?
Well, dude, everybody's giving players a check now. This is not back in the day when we had to count if you had a hot dog or a hamburger and mark it down, or if you could have some toast, but you can't have any jam. I mean, this is not the old school way of doing things. Like people making money. And speaking of people making money, I mean, and I understand Quinn Ewers going out and trying and believing in himself and wanting to go to the NFL. He's had a damn good career. I mean, think about it. He won a Big 12 championship, went to the college football playoff with Texas out of the Big 12. This year, went to the college football playoff out of the SEC. Won a Big 12 championship, made it to the SEC championship game. My man's, been a stabling. Like him and Sark, they've done pretty damn well. You got Arch in the wings. I think he's undersized. I think he also... Like, to be a second-round pick, I think he's going to have the most unbelievable. Like, he's going to have to go out there and just be almost perfect at the combine, throwing the football. I mean, he better be damn pretty. Because he's leaving a lot of money on the table, and I don't think people realize how much money he's leaving on the table. Carson Beck this season, is going to make more freaking money than 9 quarterbacks in the NFL. That sounds pretty nuts, right? But that's today's college football. It's the best minor league system in the world. The NFL doesn't have to pay for it, and they reap all the rewards. Also now, because more people are staying in longer, and you're not getting so many guys coming out there and being busted, it feels like. But damn, dude. Would you leave, if you were Quinn Ewers, leave all that money on the table? I mean, because I really feel like he's more of a 4th or 5th round pick. I just can't see him. I mean, 3rd to 5th. I'll say 3rd to 5th. When you got, like, literally guaranteed $4 million to come back, that's just... And you'd be the dude. Like, hell, why wouldn't you go to Oregon? Or anywhere. Ohio State. Take that bread. He believes in himself. I wish him the best of luck. And, I mean, being a backup quarterback in the National Football is a damn good living. Unless you play for Jerry Jones, who's just ridiculous. I don't know, man. I am absolutely shocked that he came back. I mean, he's not going back. I mean,
I am too.
I mean, I do get it, though. He's getting a head start on all those dudes that are coming out next year. Get in an NFL camp, try to get on with the team, and stick on to it. I don't see him going in there and being. I mean, look, he definitely ain't Matt Stafford. He ain't got a big cannon. He's not running around like Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's more like Tommy DeVito in New York.
Okay, Tommy. Tommy ain't got no job, by the way, but hey.
I've been saying, I just don't. Quinn Ewers is a damn. Do you know how many great quarterbacks there are in college? I mean, he could be a Case Keenum and back up somebody forever and make a hella good living. I mean, Nathan Peterman did it.
Chase Daniels, $41 million.
Chase Daniels, who's on the little FS1 show.
Yeah, $41 million.
Man, when I saw his little chunky butt on that thing, I was like, "Who the hell is that?"
But he looked so cool now. They made him look cool, John.
And then I was like, kind of going with it. And I'm like, "Oh, that's his fat head."
Yes.
Remember when he was with Missouri?
Yes,
Boy,
they made him look cool. They gave him a haircut and a beard.
A winner, though.
He looks cool now. He looks like the coolest guy on the show.
He made hella money. I think that's a great actual comparison. I mean, Ewers going to the National Football Leagues, betting on himself.
He could have been the answer to USC. Like, I'm surprised a school like that didn't just say, hey, $10 million, quarterback us for 1 year. Let's see if we can win it. Because that's where they struggle at. Not like Miller Moss. No shot at him.
I just don't know. I just wonder if he just realizes that, you know what, I'm not going to grow anymore. I'm not going to get any bigger, and I just played with one hell of a great football team. It ain't like I'm going to put anything better on tape.
But if
the only thing they can start doing is nitpick me.
Yeah, but if you're saying it, doesn't it sound like you're a backup? Like, so you may as well get the money if you're not getting any bigger, any better, any stronger.
Oh, though, that's just me being kind of more.
Oh, I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
But I'm just telling you, he has to have a hell of a belief in himself. I mean, you can't play that position and not, even at the college level, not have a hella big chip on your shoulder.
Over under one Pro Bowl for him.
Under?
Easy under, okay.
Holmes is not going to be a starter. How many Pro Bowl players have you ever seen that have been a backup? I mean, this ain't going to be Rich Gannon and all of a sudden.
Well, I'm just saying career-wise.
he ain't going to no
let's
Pro
just say he
Bowl.
played 6-7 years. Yeah.
Damn it, Pat Mahomes didn't make the Pro Bowl this year. Pat Mahomes didn't make the Pro Bowl this year, and they went 15-1. I mean, they went 15-2, but I don't count the last game. They didn't play anybody. He went 15.
Don't give him anything.
He went 15-1 this year. He didn't start that. That L is on Carson Wentz. All right? That's what Carson does.
Still counts against Andy Reid. I'll take it.
Man, I will also say, though, I just, when I look at Quinn Ewers, could you imagine? I mean, again, this is a guaranteed $4 million to be the guy.
Anywhere in the country, just about.
Pretty much you can pick Alabama, you can pick Oregon,
Oh,
you
I
can
forgot
pick
about
Ohio
Bama.
State. Yeah, Bama was reaching out to him.
Oh.
hard. It's just a
What's
little.
wrong with him?
I mean, I get it. Like, you believe, if he just truly believes in himself, and by the way, it's not like he hadn't made money. He's done good. I mean, he had, the third highest NL deal last year in college. The funny thing is he was behind his own backup quarterback. Arch Manning had a better, bigger name, image, likeness package than my man Quinn. And Quinn looks so little in those Dr. Pepper commercials, does he not?
He's standing next to Brian Bosworth, man.
It doesn't matter. Boz ain't on steroids no more.
No more.
That dude ain't doing no trend, Deca.
I like how he's a sheriff now. I don't know if the young people get it, but that's Boz and like the Boz. If you know who the Boz is,
Yeah, I
like
watched
come
his
on,
career get
come
ended
on,
when-
y'all. That's
when
the Boz.
Bo Jackson ran over him on the goal line.
Yes, and now he's a sheriff in these Dr. Pepper.
They're
commercials.
great. Those
They are
commercials are
great.
good.
They are great.
They are good. I'm late for a break. Speaking of commercials, I got to tell you all a little something on the other side, but it's before we do Hardenwood, where it just feels so good. If you want a little wood in your hump day, come back. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Napa Cafe celebrates 26 years in 2024. Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. If you are a first-time guest or have dined with us countless times, I want to thank you for making us part of your lives. Whether you're celebrating with the crowd or planning a cozy date night on the town, Napa Cafe can provide you an extraordinary evening. We have 5 dining rooms, including our private wine cellar, our Jan's room for 2 guests, and the Eleanor room for parties up to 60. Sit back, relax, and celebrate. Leave the cooking to us. Come see me at Napa Cafe, 5101 Sanderlin Avenue. We're open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. We also offer curbside pickup from our full menu. For details on our stay-in, dine-out menu or reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us as we celebrate 26 years of Napa Cafe in 2024. We can't wait to serve you.
What happens when former real estate agents want to sell their homes? This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Benstorff Realtors. I am so proud and feel so honored when former real estate agents contact me when they want to sell their homes or someone has called them asking whom they should use. They know that I've been in the business for quite a while, have a great deal of experience, and know that I'm good at marketing and I'm part of a nationwide relocation network. Over the years, I've developed a highly successful strategic marketing program that can make the difference in what you make and when. Thinking of selling? Talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers, but make sure I'm one of them. Remember what people often say, that when you want the job done, call Sheldon. So if you or someone you know is thinking of selling, remember what other former real estate agents do. They call me at 483-0546 or email me at memphisrelocate.com. Sheldon Rosengarten at memphisrelocate.com or 483-0546.
High-energy, full-body workout that utilizes the same equipment and technology employed by Floyd Mayweather to achieve his impressive 50-0 record. The workout features 4 types of heavy bags, treadmills, rows, battle ropes, weights, and much more. Visit Mayweather Boxing and Fitness, located at 2257 North Germantown Parkway in Cordova. Train like a champ. Mayweather Boxing and Fitness. 901-673-1267.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a little hump day action. Got a little Tennessee, Georgia action tonight and some basketball. Iowa State and Kansas is going to be pimp. 2 top 10 teams, man. We're going to be gambling. And don't forget, we got, I didn't even mention it, though. We got some NBA action tonight. The Grizzlies play the Spurs. Memphis is only a 2-point favorite over the Spurs. And I think the last time I saw the Spurs, they were kicking LeBron's teeth in.
It wasn't teeth, but yeah, it was teeth.
Yeah,
it was teeth. It was teeth.
Man, when you beat the Lakers by 25.
Just waiting on it. Why don't they just go ahead and trade him, man? Just get it over with.
LeBron?
Yes, he has no trade. He does not have a no trade clause to go around. You go ahead and put him in Golden State and get what you can.
What team wants a
Golden State will take him?
Self-loathing, egotistic, and arrogant maniac who just loves himself and brings his kid on the team?
And the end of that sentence is Hall of Fame point guard, because that's what he is. They're going to play together sooner or later.
Man, you should have heard Ty Lue talking about it, man. He can't even be in the GOAT conversation with Ty Lue has to go out and tell a story about how he used to start telling LeBron he's got to play hard and quit worried about his stats.
I would love to be in your brain. How is Pat Mahomes the GOAT but not LeBron? But whatever.
Because there's no MJ in the NFL, homie.
His name is Thomas Patrick Brady.
Nope. MJ is Pat Mahomes. Come on now.
You don't believe that yourself.
Don't. You don't want to know what I believe. I'm crazy as all get out. I do want to also remind you, though, I'm not that crazy. I always like the best, and when I want a perfect finish every time, there's only one place I go. That's Rick's Powder Coating. I mean, seriously, like if you're painting, why? Like, do you know that powder coating is like science? It doesn't rust. It doesn't chip. Lasts long, and you're going to be around. You can leave it to people. Like, why have to do your furniture every single year? Like, I remember when I used to have to go in the back, get in the grass, and then spray paint the top of the little, because, like, it will be black when the summer starts. By the time the winter is over and summer's coming back, all that stuff's chipped and flaked, and it's just nasty. Doesn't look pretty, doesn't look good. You want a perfect finish every freaking time? It's Rick's Powder Coating, man. I'm telling you. They do automotive, ornamental, you name it, they do it. Go to rickspowdercoating.com and find out more. Now, we're about to go to Hardwood where it feels so good, but I got to have y'all listen. Remember, Mick Cronin and them boys got worked by Michigan at their house. Do you remember that? It was a beatdown. Mick, when the game was over, went out there and basically said that he's got a bunch of kids that don't work as hard as him. He said his kids are delusional, that they think they're better than they are. They don't play together. They're more concerned about their own personal interest than they are about playing college basketball and winning games. And I'm going to tell you right now, did we not just go through that last year with Memphis? A bunch of me dudes. Mr. Brown basically quit and then came back and didn't do jack. You didn't like the fact that you had, Tomlin come over and he just did nothing but work, but yet you didn't like him because he wasn't part of the original. JQ was just a whiny little you-know-what. I mean, damn. Nate Oates was glad he was gone. So, like, do I understand a bunch of dudes who are out about counting their dollars and not counting wins?
Divas,
yes, man. I mean, it's like, dude, look at the internet. Look at, like that's one of the problems with women these days. Like, I hate to always go to women, but, like, I had this young girl who was very, very hot. Big in all the right places, tiny in all the right places, like smoking, looking good. And she's like, I just don't understand, like, why I can't keep a man.
Did you give her an answer?
You know I did. I had a few Tito's. I was like, man, it's because you don't bring anything to the table. She's like, excuse me? I go, outside of your looks, really, what are you bringing? You want a man to take care of you? You ain't bringing, you don't cook. You might cook a couple nights a week. You don't clean. Like, you ain't doting on me. You're on social media, worried about clicks and Facebook, and you're always taking cute little selfies and taking little stupid pictures. More worried about everybody else and what they think of you than what your man thinks of you. Damn, I just let you young girls know. You better
let you young girls know.
To the table.
Landon said that you got Landon. Landon said he 100% agrees with that.
Table.
Got to bring something to the table.
Man, always worry about what we bring. Man, we bringing it all. Sorry, what was I talking about?
Bayless.
Talking about
Billis. I'm sorry, Billis.
Jay Billis going in on Mick Cronin. While I understand, like, young people today are more into self than probably in any generation because of social media.
They have this thing called a selfie stick, John, so yeah.
Like, taking pictures of yourself all the damn time. Like, just worried about, like, oh, my God, I only got 150 likes. So I get it. So I kind of feel what Mick's laying down. And I felt like Mick's mission to go public was because I'm sure he had the same conversation with the team behind their back. I mean, behind closed doors on numerous occasions. If he brings this to the podium and in the public, I can promise you a coach has already said it to their face 10 times over. So Mick went in. And then Jay Billis comes back, and this is him yesterday.
After the loss to Michigan, coaches like to talk about accountability a lot. And rightfully so. I mean, accountability is important in everything. But I don't think that's what accountability really looks like. That, to me, looked simply like blame. So I heard a lot of I. I'm doing this and I'm doing that and nobody else is doing it. And I don't think that's true, but that's for him to decide, not me. But I didn't care for it. And oftentimes when I hear something like that, and it's not often, I think about what Mike Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers says. And he says he loves coaches that resist the responsibility of coaching because they're easy to beat. And when you talk negatively about your players, what you're really doing is seeking comfort because your teaching is struggling. I get it. Like, coaches like to think they're more passionate and they're tougher than their players. But I happen to think this is true. Mick Cronin's not tougher than his players. When he was playing, he would not have gotten one loose ball, one rebound against the guys he's got now. That would not happen. I don't believe any of that, and I don't think it's productive. But if he had said the same thing in the confines of the locker room to his players, that's fine. When you do that publicly, I don't care for it. Maybe his players do. Maybe they'll respond positively to it. I don't think it's the right thing to do. But that's his decision, not mine. I'm just saying what I think of it.
Dude, and JB.
Oh, my God.
Like, you're such an a-hole. Like, dude. He would not have gotten a rebound against one of his players. I don't know if you know this, idiot. He ain't paid to rebound and play basketball against his team. Jay, shut the bleep up. Oh, I knew you. I know you played, Jay Billis. That's why you get to be an arrogant a-hole all the time. Shut up, Jay. Like, you don't think these kids could be a little out of hand, maybe? You haven't seen teams go out there and lay down? And then you quote Mike Tomlin when you are an idiot because all you opened up the door is for me to come out and tell you how stupid it is. I don't like it. Hey, coaches that
resist the responsibility of coaching because they're easy to beat.
He might have said that, but did you see him throw Russell Wilson under the bus just the other day?
Standard is standard, John.
Did you not hear him also say, I'll tolerate you until I can replace you? Did you not hear him say that his team has no heart in the face of adversity? They didn't stand up. Sounds like he's throwing his team under the bus, doesn't he? I mean, you sometimes have to go out there and say things, and they're not going to be nice, but guess what? These college kids are now getting paid just like the pros are. So, you know what? Sometimes you got to get it out of them, and that's called coaching. So, Jay Billis, why don't you shut up and go coach? I'm sick and tired of listening to your big, tall, ugly ass. Now, back to
this is Access Hollywood.
By the way,
I'm just going to give it to you because you on fire, man. Golly.
My woman comment has lit somebody up who I am a big fan of. Junior Fortune Hunter, I love you. She said that she's going to take me to the court and whip my ass today. I have seen her play basketball on high heels, and she can play basketball better than me. But again, I didn't play basketball. But she said, "Man, don't you go there?" Where I went with the whole talking about, and I shouldn't have said what women, because again, Chaz brings a whole lot to the table. Junior Fortune Hunter, you bring a whole lot to the table.
You can't say women. Miss Margaret to get you.
But the young lady that I was talking to, and by the way, no offense, Junior Fortune Hunter, you ain't young, neither is Chaz. It's the young girls I'm talking to. Sorry, I'm talking to the young girls.
You got to land it.
What is it? Like, why can't I keep a man? Well, again, you don't cook, you don't clean, you don't work, you don't do nothing. You just look on your social media. And again, I'm not talking about everybody in the world. Like, again, there are those diamonds in the rough. I mean, there's a few out there who are young girls who come out and raised right. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I'm kidding, Jessica. I love you. Don't beat me.
What'd she say about her social media, John? I'm living my social media.
She's gonna beat me. I'm scared. She's gonna cut me. It's all right. She still will beat my ass in basketball. Damn, did you know that Jay Ham texted and said we were talking about Ric Flair earlier, and I can't believe this. He said Ric Flair spent more money on spilt liquor than I've made in my life. Woo! There we go. That was a better Ric Flair. Now we got to talk about something very, very serious. Because you know how serious I am during Hardenwood. This is I'm a little confused and a little bit worried, and people are going to be confused because do you remember Monday? I came in here and said, damn, Philadelphia fans are worse than even the Ohio State fans. Because when I went to Columbus and watched Tennessee get worked, the Ohio State fans said things that I would never, ever be allowed to say on air.
They shocked and appalled you.
More F words, more. They had a whole group of people screaming, take your Confederate ass back to Tennessee. And I was like, damn, bro, the Civil War was over so long ago.
Like you Bible betters.
Damn. Like, and I mean, I'm talking about like old men wanting to fight. It was buck wild. But a Philadelphia fan this week was caught on video, and he wasn't caught on video. I feel like he was like,
he was recorded.
He was recorded. And I will tell you, again, this is also for young people out there. This is a cautionary tale. When I was growing up, I am so grateful we didn't have cell phones and videos. I mean,
yes,
because I wouldn't probably be able to get a job.
Because you would have had to do something. I'm with you.
Human being. Again, you people grow. And I wouldn't say I was a terrible human being. I had good intentions. But they do say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And, buddy, I was on the way to hell with a quickness. But now I see the light. Or at least I'm reformed and I'm much better than I was. But my point is like, if every single terrible thing I had happen to me got caught on film, it would freak me out. Not saying I excuse this person's behavior in any way.
Yeah, you made me watch that, too. I went back to watch it.
But the Philadelphia fan was standing like there was a young lady and her husband. And you got the husband who's in like seat 1, the lady in seat 2. Let's say she's on row A, they're on row B, and this man is sitting in seat 5. They have their Packer gear. All the Eagles fans around them got their Eagles gear. And Eagles fans are already nuts. Like, going to see a crazy Philly fan is like going to see a Chris Rock show. Like, if you go to a Philadelphia Phillies game, a 76ers
Raiders
game, an Eagles game, if you go to that stadium in Philadelphia and you don't see an unruly fan, or you expect to not see people cussing and screaming obscenities at you, that would be like going to a Chris Rock show and expecting it to be clean. That he will never say the S word because he loves that word. I love it too, dude. I hate to say it, but I do. Andrew Dice. Like, if you went to an Andrew Dice Clay comedy thing back in the day, you remember that dude?
Oh, yeah.
That dude cussed more than anybody. You know,
got his cigarette on stage doing his thing.
Heaters, talking crazy. But I'm not excusing his behavior. I'm just saying this is kind of a very cautionary tale, because this man, who did call the woman the ultimate...
And I got the C word too, yeah.
It's the C word. A 4-letter C word. You don't call women unless you want to get beat up. Because again, at least in my world...
Ours, yep.
If a man called my wife, my girlfriend, or even my friend, or a woman in my vicinity that had done nothing the C word, those are fighting words. I would have done a hoe down, throw down, and he would have been the hoe that I threw down and beat the brakes off. That's a fighting words. But he was videotaped by the husband, who I think's the biggest wuss in this whole
in America.
Thing. Because number one, if a dude is screaming and ranting at my wife and calling her the C word, I guarantee you I'm not going to pull out my phone and just videotape the exchange for 2.5 minutes. I'm going to, switch seats with her, move her to my side, and then I'm going to go up in the stands and kick his ass.
When he was recording, he said, I got it. I got that. That's what you heard. Yeah, I got it.
I got it on recording.
But what would have got the Philly fan beat up, John, is when he said, what are you going to do about it? That one right there?
Dude, yeah, like listen, the thing is here's the other thing. Again, I'm not excusing the fans' behavior. I'm asking y'all to tell me, is the punishment fit the crime? Because the man who recorded it immediately went on social media, all the platforms, and said, internet, do your work. Find out who this is. Let's get him banned, and let's get him fired from his job.
Boo.
And guess what happened yesterday? It took the internet probably like 24 hours, 36 hours maybe. I don't even know if it took that long. All I know is when I went back to check on the story, the man has now been banned for life at Lincoln Financial Field. Not only is he banned from every single Philadelphia game, and this guy's been going to Philly games for like 30 years. My man lost his job. Like, he got fired. Now, my question is I mean, I think an ass whipping is fair for him. But losing your job, like you've been there like 20 some odd years, you put in that work, and then damn, you had like maybe he had a couple too many. Maybe he mixed some like
Tito's and pineapple.
No, like alcohol with benzos or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, like something that kind of you go
Took him over the top.
Like if you do that, by the way, people, let me just tell you something. Don't do it because you kind of black out and then you do some bad things. You wake up the next day, you don't know what happened, and then people tell you what you said and the things that you did because your whole inhibitions are completely down and your filter is just absolutely buck wild. Don't do that, please. But he lost his job. Now, to be fair with his job, I understand because when everybody was talking about his job on the internet, their mission says this. This is their mission statement on their page. To harness the power of diversity, insight, and innovation to transform lives, accelerate equity, and create lasting change. Well, you know, if you're calling a woman the C word, that's not going to work. But I am still just like, dude, you went to a football game, had a couple too many. If you come home with a broken nose or a black eye is one thing, but when you come home and you lose your job, holy moly. Y'all let me know what you think. 901-360-825. That's a Sissy Log Cabin text and listener line. I am late for a break, but I got some bets on the other side, so come back and join me. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Elwood Shack in the Lowe's parking lot on summer just keeps getting bigger and better. Bigger because now there's a second Elwood Shack at 4040 Park across from the University of Memphis. And better because you can get breakfast every day at both Elwoods. There's the barbecue breakfast burrito, either beef brisket or pork shoulder, and pancake biscuits made fresh daily, real house-made pancakes, apple and bacon, French toast, and more. And the new Elwood's even has a real coffee bar serving fresh roasted J. Brooks coffee. Elwood Shack, now with 2 locations and open every day for you.
Take your basketball skills to the next level at Shoot 360 Memphis. Shoot 360 is a revolutionary basketball training facility that provides cutting-edge technology with gamification and provides instant, objective feedback, hands-on, one-on-one expert coaching. And now, introducing Shoot 360 for you, a newly renovated 50,000 square foot facility with 2 NBA regulation-sized courts, 3 high school-sized courts, and 4 shooting bays with Shoot 360 technology. Memberships are now on a monthly basis. And yes, you can become a member at both locations. Whether you're an aspiring young talent, NBA player, or looking for a unique workout, all skill levels are welcome at Shoot 360 Memphis to learn proper shooting and passing techniques, improve fundamentals, and gain a competitive edge while having fun. Shoot 360 Memphis now in Cordova and Collierville. Call them today at 901-779-3176. That's 901-779-3176. The future of basketball training is here. Shoot 360 Memphis.
Progressive knows finding your new home is a dream come true. You wanted a walkout with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbor's dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Consumer example stock number RZ307440 MSRP 82085 dealer discount 7425 purchase allowance 2750 sale price 71910 expires 3325.
Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. I love to gamble. In fact, who don't love to gamble? You know what I like to do? I like to get home after I go, I leave this joint, go down and do a little Hot 107, baby. Hot 107.1, me and DJ Superman cutting it up. A little Memphis rap, little John's hilarious self. Then go home, do a little working out. Then I get my Tito's out, and I like to rock, and I like to fire. And I'm gambling tonight, baby. And I love the first game of the night, at least the one I care about, 6 o'clock, the big boy. Because I'm going to have my eyeballs glued to the tube. I want to see how good Hunter Dickinson really is. I know he's a little tough, feisty SOB. He's been playing forever, making bank. But this is like the Big 12 throwdown. This is the best two teams in the Big 12, in my opinion. Kansas, Iowa State. Iowa State's at home in Ames. And have you seen the way Iowa State's fans show up and show out? And I'll tell you right now, the line -5.5. Public money flowing in on the Jayhawks. I'm going with the Sharps. Let's go Cyclones. Lay the 5.5. Enjoy your bread. For Darian, I'm John. Get out there, make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace.
Fall is football at the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland, Town Square. Monday through Friday, happy hour for resales. $1 off all travel meals, $5 off meal trains, $4.50 for house wine. You can have mozzarella sticks, $4 Friday night lights from 7 Club. Dine in and watch well Wednesday live. Free on watch college football every home game. All of the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland. Highway 70, fall is football. Tito's handmade vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about everything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its community and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, mainly 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly. Hungry for that delicious smash burger flavor? Dyer's Cafe is the original smash burger since 1912 and still smashing burgers in Collier's historic Town Square. Come out for the lunch specials Monday through Friday 11 to 2. Ask about the world famous split dog and authentic Chicago or New York dog. Try the leaner side of Dyer's with a grilled chicken sandwich or freshly made salad. Also serving lakes, Delta-raised catfish, Pasquale's tamales, and a customer favorite hand-breaded onion rings. Dyer's, serving world famous burgers, dogs, and shakes in Collier's historic Town Square.
Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, with Dave Woloshin, weekday mornings from 10 to 11.
In Berlin. And that's sports. I'm Scott Davidson.
Previously on The Herd.
What I watched was a coaching clinic. The Rams put on a clinic. Take Andy Reid out. If you're talking leadership, game management, play design, culture building, it is almost unfair what the Rams have in Sean McVay.
A new day in The Herd starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
You You guys can laugh at me all you want.
This is The Herd.
Oh, yeah.
With Colin Cowherd.
I'm setting the tone.
Best show on radio. This is The Herd. Broadcasting live from Los Angeles. The Herd with Colin Cowherd starts now.
Oh, it is a big Wednesday, a great Wednesday, a special show live in Los Angeles. It's The Herd